Wow. Your brother from the gutter back behind the wood for the open bar. Never a cover, never a minimum. And I'll take an all-day IPA. Thank you. Thank you very large. And make that a Boilermaker. Give me a shot of Wild Turkey 101 as well. Yeah, it's Friday. That's right, damn it. Friday here on the open bar with Slick, and it has been cold lately. Man. It was, I was going to do a podcast the other night. It was like 5 below when I checked. And I said, you know what? It's too cold to even talk. I mean, the temperatures have been colder than Pam Bondi's side of the bed. Just brutal. Just brutal. So, yeah, I thought that today we'd do a little music news. Some classic rock news. We haven't done that. And, of course, National Record Store Day is coming up in April. And there's some shit hot releases coming up as well. And I see Barry Manilow is coming to town this spring. I think he's going to be at the arena. You know, I have all his albums. Some other shows coming. David Lee Roth. Everybody thought that he retired. He actually did retire and then decided he wasn't done yet. And for my money, if David Lee Roth is asking for my advice, I would say that he should have stayed retired. You know what I'm saying? I mean, David Lee Roth never had a great voice to begin with, and now it's just completely shot. So, whatever. But listen, a guy's got to make a living, right? Nothing is what it is anymore. But David Lee Roth, as a matter of fact, will be at the Fallsview Casino in May, I believe, if you want to check that show out. So, National Record Store Day coming up. If you're into vinyl, April 26th is the date for that. And some pretty nifty releases if you're a Black Sabbath fan. For instance, Seventh Star is going to be re-released on red and black splatter vinyl, huh? Now, this is the album where Glenn Hughes, of course, formerly also of Deep Purple, was the lead vocalist at that time. As you know, they went through a few after Ozzy. And Glenn Hughes, for that one album, they had. Now, if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, live from Asbury Park 2024, that is being released in a multi-disc set. Captain Beefheart, of which I am a fan, and his Magic Band, a deluxe 2-album set of Lick My Decals Off, baby. One of the great album titles of all time. Lick My Decals Off, baby. And, of course, he also had Trout Mask Replica, which is one of his classics. What else have we got here, Captain Beefheart? I got to pull out my Captain Beefheart stuff now after reading this. The Cars Heartbeat City Live, which is a previously unreleased live show that they did back in '84 in Houston, Texas, I believe. I got to be honest with you. I never liked that era of the Cars, the Heartbeat City, Who's Going to Drive You Home Tonight, and you might think I'm crazy. I really hate that era of the Cars. It's a shame they went from Candy-O and Dangerous Type and Bye Bye Love and all those great songs to You Might Think I'm Crazy. But that's what they did. So if you're a fan of that album and you have bad taste, you'd like to pick it up, it's going to be available on Record Store Day. Also, now this sounds really cool, an expanded edition of Wheels of Fire, the 1968 release by Cream, which is a double album, was a double album, live and studio tracks. And what this is going to do is it's going to add some more tracks to it that were originally recorded from those shows that they did back then that basically were left off the original album for some stupid reason. It's always a dumb reason, isn't it? David Bowie, Hello Space Boy, the 12-inch EP, and this is going to be released on clear vinyl. It is the remixed version from 1996 that the Pet Boys did. Now, there may be some alternate mixes as well. Don't quote me on this. Also, Def Leppard, Slang, reissued on pink vinyl. The Doors, Strange Days, 1967, a work in progress, part 2, with previously unreleased outtakes. There's a couple different outtakes of when the music's over. So you can, if you're a Doors freak, check that out. Fleetwood Mac, the original Fleetwood Mac, a UK exclusive, so you can't get that here. Maybe if you got some limey friends, they could pick one up for you. Foreigner 4 Live from 1981-82, which is a 2-disc LP. Then, of course, the Grateful Dead, the 70s, a lot of great bootleg Grateful Dead stuff. This is from Boston Music Hall, recorded in Boston, Massachusetts, back in June of 76. This is a 5-album set. So that sounds pretty bitchin'. Motorhead on Parole. This is the 2025 Steve Wilson remix, and that is on black and white vinyl. So that sounds pretty bitchin'. 3 CDs and 1 Blu-ray set for Motorhead's On Parole. Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts. This should be excellent. The live album, it's a 2-album set, and it's Neil with the Chrome Hearts, and it was recorded from a bunch of shows that they did last year in 2025, the Love Earth Tour. And there are 13 tracks on that Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts album. Floyd, Pink Floyd. Any Floyd fans out there?
I smoke a lot of dope, and I get drunk, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Floyd live from the Los Angeles Sports Arena. And that was recorded way back in April 26th of 1975. It's a 4-disc set, 16 live tracks. And it was recorded by a famous bootlegger, a renowned bootlegger. The dude's name was Mike Millard. And that's actually a show that he bootlegged. And if you're young, you may not know this, but I mean, back in the day, you go into a record store, and if it was like one of these hip independent stores on Elmwood Avenue, they would have a section of, maybe 20 bootleg albums. Like there was Springsteen bootleg albums, of course, were popular. The Grateful Dead. So, and you could get these on vinyl, actually. They were, pressed. And I still wish I had a couple of those. I don't know what the hell happened to mine. But yeah, you got to love the bootleg stuff. Which reminds me of a story. I remember I was at a Judas Priest concert back in the day. This is back in the 80s when I was working for the station. And I bumped into Carl, and he had on this fucking, trench coat on. He opens his trench coat, like I think he's going to fucking flash me or something, okay? And he's got a fucking reel-to-reel taped to his chest. And then he had a microphone up one of his sleeves and a microphone up the other. I mean, you got to love the innovation. The innovation. I wonder if he still has that. Somewhere. We'll have to get him on the Slick Cast one of these days.
This man is a true psychopath.
And this is kind of stupid. I mean, I'm a Stones fan, but this sounds really dumb. The Rolling Stones, a series of 3-inch singles. I mean, they're getting to be like Kiss now. They're coming up with all this crap to buy. Now, a 45 is 7 inches. I've never heard of a 3-inch vinyl. So it turns out there's this mini turntable that they're going to make available to Stones fans. I think I don't know how many they're going to make, 2,500 of them or something. And these 3-inch singles will play on this record player. This, mini record player that's hooked up to, I guess it's got its own speakers and everything. It's probably some outrageous amount of money. I can imagine what they're going to be asking for it. But if you end up in the record store and you have one of these, you can get these 3-inch singles of Stones tunes. I just bought a 45 of Tumblin' Dice. still in the sleeve from the originally, when did that come out? 74? 73? 72? I don't know. The years, as I get older, the years are just blurring all together. You notice that?
I wish I had a retarded mind like you.
Also, Steely Dan's Alive in America on vinyl for the first time. Tom Petty's July 16th, 1976, Paradise Theater recorded live in Boston, Massachusetts. This was also previously a bootleg concert, which is now being officially released. By the way, I think they could shut you down if you were a record store back in the day and they caught you selling a bootleg. Yeah, you'd be in deep shit. And for you Van Halen fans, Van Halen live in New Haven, Connecticut, 1986. That'd be the Sammy Hagar days, right? Yeah, a 2-disc set from the 5150 tour. And then finally, the other one I have here, I'm just mentioning the rock and roll stuff here. I'm not going to give you the box set on yellow vinyl of the Carpenters. Finally, The Who, a quick one, double album reissue. So there you go.
You're part of a league of morons.
Any U2 fans out there? Yes, they are going to release their first album of new original material in 9 years. Believe it or not, it's been 9 years. And that is going to be out in the fall of 2026. The project is being produced with longtime collaborator and producer Brian Eno. So, I mean, some of their best stuff was Brian Eno. Larry Mullen Jr. is back with the band as well. And Eno, of course, he was with them when they did Joshua Tree and Octung Baby. So, it's got to be good. They say it's a return to, well, they always say that, don't they? But they say it's a return to their roots. It's going to be early suggestions. Reports are that it's going to be guitar heavy, featuring a blend of rock, pop, or potential Irish folk influences. It could be wild. I guess that's it for the latest rock and roll dope here on the Open Bar Podcast, which is brought to you by absolutely nobody. Because, hey, we don't need no stinking sponsors. And how about our fearless leader, the orange shitbird, Donald Trump? Did you hear the latest? He is going to be suing the IRS for $10 billion for leaking his tax returns to the press. So they're having this Senate hearing, and they asked Scott Bassett, I think it was the Arizona senator, guy, what's his name? Ruben Gallego, whatever the fuck. They said, look it, man, if Trump is successful in suing the IRS for $10 billion, who pays for it? And dipshit Bassett goes, well, yeah, and he starts to stutter. And he goes, well, where does the money come from? Oh, well, the Treasury. So in other words, the taxpayers. Yeah, I guess so. That's who pays for it. So Trump, if he sues the IRS for $10 billion, this is your tax dollars at work. Donald Trump. What are you going to say, man? I mean, they're just a bunch of grifters, pedos, and sleaze. That's what they are. Grifters, pedos, and sleaze. We hear it from the people of the town. They call us grifters, pedos, and thieves. He is without a doubt the most corrupt dude ever. He's pure evil.
He's got a lot of problems.
And finally, speaking of problems, police in Central Florida recently were summoned to a private development in Kissimmee, which is right next to Orlando. This was to deal with a partially clothed man who was allegedly exposing himself outside a neighbor's home.
What the hell's going on out here?
But that's not the weird part. Cops say they were told the exposed man had, get this, engage in a sexual performance with, are you ready for this? A vacuum cleaner. So Kevin Dale of Westerhold is now facing an exposure of sexual organs charge, and that is not going to look good on his resume.
It is out of sheer morbid curiosity I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
So that's all Slick Daddy has got for you today. Do not forget that we are streaming on one of these fine streaming platforms. You'll find us on many, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, YouTube. And, of course, we originate out of Podbean. And if all that fucking confuses you, then go to slicktom.com and you will see the list of all the dynamic podcasts. I don't know, what number are we on now? 87, 88, something like that. So, yeah. So get with us on one of those things, and you can listen. I try to do this at least once a week. I'd like to do it more, but things are not as easy as they seem in the Slick One's realm of reality these days. So I will just say, keep it here. Share this podcast if you enjoy it. Let people know I'm out here, because I really don't do shit to promote this Slickcast. I don't really do much. We like to keep it organic. I was thinking about signing back on Facebook. I froze my account last year around January, and I got to tell you, I've been a lot happier since then. So I don't know if I'll unfreeze it. And if I would, it would be just to promote the podcast. And as always, we got to thank Julia, Sister Julia from Lakewood Studios. If you are in need of any kind of technical website support, you want to start your own website, or maybe you need graphics, some bitchin' graphics, check her out, Julia from Lakewood Studios. Look them up. They're in the phone book under investigation.
Medication time. Medication time.
All right, until we meet again, remain calm, circle the wagons, go Bills, live fast, die old, and of course, weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon. Peace out.